Your favorite local grocery stores like Kroger, Ralph's, Fred Meyer, and more are now delivering on Uber Eats. Get 40% off your order of fresh, quality ingredients. Whether you just got home to an empty fridge or suddenly got a craving to whip up something new, you can get everything you need delivered in as little as 25 minutes. Get 40% off your order with code Kroger2026. Plus, members get $0 delivery fees. Order now on Uber Eats. Orders of $30 or more save up to $25. Ends 4/30/26. See app for details.
Hey there, this is Wythe Marshall from the Stillfleet Studio. We put together a little podcast called Why We Roll, and now we're very proud to be part of the network Podderation. So if you're listening to one of Podderation's other great shows, and you're interested in TTRPGs specifically, that's tabletop role-playing games, you might be interested in our show. Why We Roll is all about how you make TTRPGs, what makes them fun, different kinds of stories you can tell with TTRPGs, and even the business, so the practical advice side. So if any of that sounds appealing, whether you're a GM, you want to design your homebrew game, or you're interested in getting in the industry, why don't you head over to Why We Roll, check us out. We really, really appreciate it, and keep making awesome stuff.
Is there anything that we would know that Clematis is used for, or that the Cracked Fang has used that flower for, like, be it potions or explode? Nothing?
Is there
Nothing
anywhere in the town where we know it grows?
Nope.
And she pulls out a little vial that has these sort of fairy wings. And she's like, this is the dust of disappearance?
I'm just trying to work out if I changed into a tiger, would it give me better?
It might have a climb speed, I don't know.
Turns out I'm not very athletic.
No.
A 15?
It's like that advert for crossing the road with the hedgehog.
I was just about to get, I was just about to say, I was about to go, oh, there's a rat that's really good at road safety.
In which case, if we're going to follow this rat, I'm going to cast Fairy Fire at first level. Okay, she's about to cast Fairy Fire and then hesitates. So Sai's just is about to shoot it, and then Luna comes up and is like,
What if he prepares to jump off the building? No?
I'm just going to grab the back of Winnie's cloak.
Okay.
It's going to be good for you. It is a griff.
One.
Oh no!
As we're going down, she's like, also a were-reef shark. I could be a were-giant seahorse. I could be a were-moorbounder, apparently. That's something. A were-giant octopus.
I think at this point, like, Luna is just like, oh, for fuck's sake, and casts silence on this side of the wall.
Hey, Winnie Worm.
Well, I just think I can do better than a worm, wereworm.
How about a mole?
I just thought
You've been bitten by one of those?
Why don't we all go? And just, and I'll save it for later.
Just as a reminder, the rat's getting away.
Okay, open the gate. Who's strong?
I mean, this isn't like a strength-based thing. Like, literally, two of you can lift this up.
Okay.
I think we all try and do it because we don't know
I'm leaning down. I'm leaning down on the north side of the. Don't no. Go. Oh, God.
Which side's north?
God, by Salune. Ow. Oh, but Silver Lady, have mercy on us. Fuck. Ow. Yeah.
Take the grid off.
Yeah. We wrench it out and then, as quietly as possible, lay it down.
Yes. It's not like hinged or anything, so you don't have to worry about squeaking. It's just you just carefully have to lift it so you don't clatter it. And with two of you doing it, you're able to lift it off and move it to the side. And you see an entrance to the sewers with a set of iron ladder rungs leading down.
Why is it always sewers?
All right, Twilight, you know what to do.
It's always sewers. I hate sewers. Okay, let's go.
This is the first time you've been in a sewer in our game.
Yeah, I'm a book addict. They always end up in the sewers.
Oh no, I don't know that. Carry on.
He's
There's a
surprised
lot
where
of
it
fucking
happens.
going on in them sewers.
Yeah, he's surprised what goes on down there. Pure filth. No?
I mean, I was going to say something when she said it was one of the books was the Wallace and Gromit. I was like, hello.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Yeah, she's a Fujoshi as well.
Right, you go into the sewer. I'm not making you roll for this. You clamber down the steps quietly, if possible.
Can I try and pull the grate back over?
Now, if you're going to try and drag it over, that will make noise.
I'll leave it.
Okay. You manage to get down to the bottom, and you can hear in the distance like a squeak, 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 squeak as the rat is moving through the tunnel. So I'm going to need everyone to give me a survival check to try and track it.
I'll guidance myself.
Guidance
You meant to
myself.
survive the poo.
Oh, thank you.
14.
14, 5, 6.
18.
Oh, an
18.
unnatural 20.
Ooh. And Twilight?
And also an unnatural 20.
Oof.
So both Twilight and Luna immediately point at the same time, then realize you're invisible so nobody can see you pointing, and has to describe that if you, very quietly to each other, if you look down at the, essentially you've landed on a stone walkway that runs down the sides of these sewer tunnels. You can see there's one on the opposite side, and this, let's say, river, air quotes, of filth that runs down the center. You can tell Belgravia, like you guys would know who live here. This is a very advanced city, so the sewer system here is quite old but also well maintained and constantly upgraded. So it's got a very deep channel running down the middle for the actual filth to travel down, and these maintenance walkways. But you see there's still dirt in the maintenance walkways, and what you can see is little rat prints where it's been bounding down the tunnel. And since you've spotted those, you can follow it quite easily.
Did you say one of the channels was for where the filth was to run through?
Essentially, you've got a circular tunnel. There is, but where you would have where the walls come down on the sides, there's two walkways on each side, and then between the two walkways is the actual sewer where the actual filth runs, the river of filth would run.
Ah, Twilight, off you go.
Well, you guys are on the walkway, and the rat was clearly following the walkway. It's not been going down the actual
Listen,
sewer bit.
I'm not squeamish. I've read River of Filth 1, 2, and 3. Let's go.
Twilight leading the way, everyone holding hands. I will say at this point, unfortunately, Luna, you realise since Twilight said that they were going to leave first, and then you immediately feel a tugging in your hand, you unfortunately realise you're holding Twilight's hand. You begin moving through the actually, I just realised I said none of you guys could tell whose hands you're holding. You have feathers. The people holding your hands know what hands they're holding.
Pretty
they're
massive talents. And
I'm
also, I
tiny.
imagine, Winifred's hands are like a toddler's.
It's just
a bit of a giveaway.
It's just a crapshoot about whether it's Sai or Twilight. Twilight leads the way following these tracks, and you realise that you, every so often you'll still hear the rat squeaking in the distance, but you realise it takes quite a while, and you maybe get to a point where the sound stops, the sound of the rat stops. You maybe think, oh shit, maybe we've lost him. But as you round a corner in the sewer system, you see a large, huge grate that's taller than a person. And as you get to the end, you realise it's an outflow pipe, and you realise you're actually beyond the city walls currently.
That's far.
This is
Are
strange.
we not invisible anymore? I'm assuming that's been longer than
7
7
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah, I'll probably say because of where you were in the city, you probably would have dropped invisibility partway through this journey.
Okay. Oh, sorry, my hands are a little bit clammy. It's quite warm down here. Where are we?
It would appear to be outside the city walls, which is interesting. There was no intel on the Cracked Fang having a location outside the city. We thought they were operating from within.
This would also explain why you've not been able to find their hideout, though.
This explains some things.
Are
Is the
there
rat
any
inside?
rat tracks? Yeah.
Yeah.
The rat tracks go to the end of the tunnel, and then it has clearly leapt through this grate. When I say grate, I mean it's a large circular grate, essentially there to stop people using the sewers to get into the city. Do you guys go up to the end? Do you approach the actual grate?
Yeah. Can I wiggle the bars?
You put your hands on it and you realize it moves. There was clearly like a latch, like heavy bolted like locks that would normally keep this closed, and you can see that they have been meticulously worked through so that they are no longer holding the grate shut. But from a distance would look like they were still intact. Like these haven't just been like destroyed; they have been like cut through.
Clever.
Secret entrance.
Secret tunnel. Secret
Yeah.
tunnel. Oh, I do not like the feeling of this.
Should we kick it down?
You would just
No,
move
it's
it nicely,
fine.
right?
It's open.
It's open. You can kick it down if you want, Sai. Who are
No,
we to
don't
fight with
do
your
that.
instincts?
3, 2, 1.
Yay, team!
Yeah, you guys to open the grate, and as you guys, I'm assuming you guys get out of the tunnel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys drop down. You realize there's a what?
Did I fix it? So it doesn't open anymore? I just look at the others. Or we need to go back.
We might need to go back.
It was broke when we got here.
I mean, you would know you could just you would know that you could, like, you guys are not criminals. You could just walk through the main gates of the city.
Oh.
Okay. I'll cast mending on
Perfect.
it.
Oh, perfect.
That will at
That's
the very least slow them down.
no, that's absolutely perfect. You reach up and wear this like heavy iron bound latch.
Hi, uppies. I'll reach out.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cast your mending magic and you watch as the iron sort of like knits itself together and reseals, and the gate it can still be unlocked, but you need to have like tools from the city to be able to unlock it. But you realize you're now like outside the city walls on the southern edge, you'd be on the western edge of the city, and this large sewage pipe is like leading down. Like you're not on the river, but it's like it drops into a channel that then runs to the river. But you find yourselves sort of stood outside the city, and once I would say, because you're casting mending, can I get the other three of you to give me a perception check, please?
Mm-hmm.
Guidance on Sai.
22.
Just before you even added guidance.
Perception.
Oof. 13.
18 from
18.
what?
So for Twilight and Sai, I say actually that makes perfectly like thematic sense, because Luna, you've like turned and you've picked Winifred up, so you're like looking at the tunnel as well. The Twilight and Sai, you like turn and scan the horizon, and this is like again the dead of night. At this point, it's maybe like 3-4 o'clock. There's still like a couple of hours before the sun even like breaks the horizon. You see a single wagon moving up a dirt track. Like there is no, like the road here is like further south on the other side of the river. You see a single wagon winding up a dirt track a little bit ahead of you, with a small hunched figure at the reins, sort of pushing the horse on.
Oh, guys, there's a single wagon going up a dirt track.
My favourite thing about D&D is the DM describing a thing to one player and the player verbatim describing that to everyone else.
A small hunched figure.
Gee whiz.
I agree. There is a single wagon going up a dirt track with a small hunched figure.
I turn around with Winifred still in uppies, just like, what?
Oh, a small wagon going.
By Salune, it's a small wagon going up a single dirt track.
Yes, we're all hilarious. So,
Yeah.
We are, unfortunately.
so what's your next course of action?
Follow the wagon.
I was going to say, are there any
Follow the
markings
wagon.
on the wagon? Are there is anything?
Like, if anything, it looks a bit like old and rickety. You suspect, without even having to roll, probably by design to, draw less attention to itself.
I mean, nobody is out in a single wagon on a dirt track at this time of night.
Hunched
Unless
over
they're
like
up-
that.
It's the worst time to take a wagon out on a single dirt track. At
Unless
4 in the
like
morning.
that.
They're up to, bad stuff. I mean, look at us.
It's true.
We are the pinnacle of society, and,
Yeah.
and we are not on a wagon on a single dirt track at 4 in the morning.
Exactly.
We're just climbing out of a grate. Excellent. Let's.
Yeah, can we go? Do we
Can
have
we
to
follow?
sneak?
Yeah.
How far away is it?
I mean, based on like you've worked it out. It was the rat. It's not far ahead of you, like enough that you guys have to be like, oh shit, like duck, so he doesn't look back and see us. But he's maybe like, I'm very bad at distances. He's a distance away where you could theoretically follow him without being seen, but it will be difficult to keep pace with him.
Okay, cool. We'll follow.
What if we were to sprint quite quickly and quietly and get into the back of the rickety old wagon without him noticing us?
Winnie, what can you turn it? Can you turn into a werehorse?
Can you turn into a werecar?
I could be. I mean, I got trampled on by a warhorse once, so I could probably be a were-warhorse.
A were-warhorse.
Have you ever been bitten by a Porsche? Can we get
a were-warhorse?
Luna starts to get a nosebleed.
I'm just like asking just increasingly just infuriated questions like, tell me, what else have you been bitten by? Like the moon?
I have been bitten by a were-warhorse. So I can
a werewolf?
A were-warhorse.
A bear warhorse?
A were-warhorse.
A wary were-warhorse.
And you watch as this tiny little gnome, suddenly her eyes turn like the color of like a blue moon, and she just starts to grow and sort of falls to her hands and knees and just turns into this giant warhorse, and then just goes,
Are you joking?
and the mane is like this matted, it's exactly like Winnie's hair with like feathers and leaves stuck into it, but now there is just this giant warhorse standing next to you.
Luna,
She's a warhorse.
Luna cocks her head for a minute and is just like, oh, yes, you're a druid. I totally forgot about that for the longest time.
And you get the sense that if Winnie could speak, she'd say, I'm a were-warhorse.
She's a were-warhorse.
She can't talk.
I think you can drop the were.
She's a warhorse?
But still, this is great news.
This is most excellent.
Is she a horse? Is she just a horse now?
She just sort of like starts pouring her food.
I think that means get on.
It doesn't matter. All aboard the Were-Warhorse.
I like how Luna is like fully on board for this now. Like,
yep,
fuck it.
So, bearing in mind, for Winnie, carrying 3 people is going to be very difficult. You can absolutely do this, but you're going to you can say you're a warhorse. Warhorses are trained to carry 1 person.
Okay, what if I were to change into a tiger and carry someone else?
I have a
Oh my god.
I would say if you turn into a tiger, then you don't have to be on the warhorse, and like I will 100% allow Winnie to carry 2 people, especially because one of them is a kinku and they have very light bones. But if you want to be a tiger, you absolutely can.
Exceedingly strong as well.
Fine, I'm going to turn into a tiger.
Oh my god.
Essentially, all I was going to say was if the 3 of you were doing it, you could still do it, and you could still keep pace, but you would just suffer a level of exhaustion.
Let's not do that. See, as Sai tries to get on, the horse just like sidesteps. It seems like moving away.
Yeah. So everybody else is on as Sai goes to get on, and you're like buckling, and I go, oh, never mind, and just change into a tiger.
And then Winnie will just bolt, and until someone like I've got a 60-foot movement speed.
Oh wow.
And then we'll hold back if she needs to for Sai, but she'll just sort of have a little bit of a fun having a gallop for a second and then be like, okay, I'll like,
oh, Luna holds on.
Yeah, if you're going to like slow down enough to not immediately catch up to the wagon, which is moving quite slowly, I'll not make you roll for any like stealth or anything. You can just follow at a distance.
I really love the idea that this warhorse is Pink Panthering, but at a pace that keeps up with the wagon on the dirt track at 4 in the morning.
Also, just for the records, I don't know if we actually got a good description of it. Sai, what does it look like when you turn into your tiger form?
This will shock you. Tiger. Like,
I don't know what does the transformation look like, but good to know.
I was like stripy fur. Have you ever been to a zoo? They said to have a were.
Yeah, if you Google tiger, You will see something that looks quite similar.
Sorry.
The wear ones have like, do they wear trousers and capes?
So you have. So again, I'm not. We're just because it becomes a really complex thing. We'll not go into the full description, but lycanthropes do actually have 3 forms. They have the humanoid, the animal, and a hybrid form.
This will shock you.
A tiger. A tiger.
Yeah, fully meant. What does it look like during the transformation?
Got it.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that is just a tiger. Has broken me body and soul.
It also fully took me a second to realize what you were saying, which is why I paused. I was like, no, I meant, what is it? Like, why are you saying a tiger? Oh, no, you think I asked, what do you look like?
Yeah, I was really confused. I was like, I thought it was pretty self-explanatory in the name.
Makes sense, mate.
Oh, Christ.
Oh,
Yeah, so no, okay, in that case, I'll just quickly...
go for it, please.
Yeah.
Oh my, oh god.
Okay,
Swear to God, if you
so-
just say tiger again, we're done.
So she did look like a human.
Yeah,
Now,
and then this will
after a
shock
moment-
you.
After a moment, she looks like a tiger.
Just like
No,
a
see, she
PowerPoint,
crouches-
like transition.
She crouches down like superhero pose. And then she'll like spring into the air, turn into a tiger as she leaps, and she lands.
Brilliant.
Claws on hips.
Tony the Tiger style.
Yes!
They're lycanthropes. They're getting away. You leap into the air, silhouetted by the moonlight. You guys watch as the fur erupts from Sai's body, the sort of striped coloration of their hair then melding with the rest of the body, and they land claws on hips as a tiger, which then loses its balance and then falls on all fours. Brilliant. Fucking
Amazing. There you go.
Christ.
Pretend I said that. That was great.
Gorgeous.
Oh my God.
Another fun fact that I'm 100% sure Emily also knows, but anyone here know why tigers are orange and black?
I actually don't.
Because prey have specific color rods and cones in their eyes, meaning they can't see orange. They perceive it as green. I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
Deer and other certain prey animals are essentially red-green colorblind. So when we see bright orange on green, what they see is green on green.
And a bit of black and just lots of shadows and
Yeah.
cool stuff. Yeah.
Every day's a learning day.
So with a warhorse carrying a kenku and a tiefling and a tiger loping along beside, you quietly as possible make your way up the dirt track after the hunched figure on the rickety wagon.
Refreshing wild cherry cola meets smooth cream. The treat you deserve. Pepsi Wild Cherry and Cream. Treat yourself.
You guys are following this track, and it winds up into the hills to the northwest of the city. You follow it for maybe an hour until you're well and truly like within these deep valleyed hills. And every so often you lose track of the wagon, but as you round a bend or dips into a valley, you always find them again. But as you guys are moving, Twilight, can I get a history check, please?
That is 21.
There is something. It's been niggling at you since you left the temple. There's something about Luna's voice. You can't quite place it, but it sounds eerily familiar. But that's all. You don't know why, but there's just something about it that sort of tickles the back of your brain.
Good. Noted.
You continue to follow this dirt path following this other wagon until eventually you see it come off that little track, following what is at this point, I wouldn't even call it a dirt track, I would call it more like a desire path. It is clearly... That's a term, don't giggle.
It sounds like one of Twilight's smut books.
Yeah, something like
The
that.
desire path. You can see it is following this worn path out from this one that you've been following, and you could just about make out in the lee of one of the hills is a small village. You can't really get much more information on it from this distance, but you can definitely see that there's a little village situated out here, out on the outskirts of the city, like beyond the outskirts of the city. You're now well within the hills. I would say the three of you besides Twilight, just because you're more familiar with this area, can all make history checks.
Oh.
12.
21.
7.
With a 21...
I'm a horse.
and look at my horse. My horse is amazing. Was that Luna got the 21?
Luna got the 21, yeah.
Yeah. You sort of triangulating where you are based on the direction you've been following, you would probably just maybe be aware of the history of this place a little bit, but this was a village called Longshade. It sort of, people lived here a few hours from the city, but then obviously as the city grew and became more prominent and more people moved here, the smaller villages that were like really close to it became sort of redundant, and a lot of them just moved to the city eventually, because this isn't a farming area. There would maybe have been people here keeping like sheep or goats in the hillsides, but as the city expanded, those in like the most like the really close regions just sort of realized that it made more sense to live in the city. So there's occasionally these little spotted derelict villages that are just like, a lot of them would have been raised and the material's been reused, but this is obviously one that just sort of got left as people moved away. You can see these old derelict like buildings, but you would know that this is an old derelict place. There wouldn't be people living here currently as you watch this wagon trundle towards them.
So as we are creeping on a horse and a tiger behind this wagon, Luna, just under her breath, very quietly to everyone, is just, like, this is Longshade. This place has been abandoned for years, since the city started growing its own real sort of economy. Nobody should be out here. It makes perfect sense why they would be using it as a hideout.
Rawr.
Wait, you're a were tiger. You can talk, right? Were people can talk, no? Oh, I thought they could. Obviously, were-warhorses are different, so they can't. But
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think it actually specifies whether or not they can speak. I'm going to assume not. It does?
Languages common brackets can't speak in tiger form.
Oh, so it does say that. Excellent, yeah. Weirdly, I was looking for it in like the shape changer information. I didn't think to look at languages.
Like, realizing that the other two members of the circle can't speak, Luna's just like, honestly, I kind of prefer it this way. And she throws a look back to Twilight like, do you want to transform as well? I would prefer it.
I was going to say the one you're left with is Twilight.
God fucking damn it.
The two of you can have a nice little catch up.
Yeah, it just gives you a shit-eating grin.
Oh. You know you look like your mother when you do that.
Huh? Ow.
And she just turns back round and ignores you.
What? What did you just say?
At this point, the wagon has well and truly entered the village. You guys are just like on the outskirts as that conversation is happening.
Approaching the outskirts. Keep your wits about you. Look around.
Just
Okay,
shell-shocking Twilight and then saying nothing.
We're gonna circle back to this. But for now, let's catch your rat.
I'm going to... Can I run a perception check just to see if there's anything on the outskirts that would indicate the Cracked Fang are here or in any of the particular buildings, or...
Give me a perception check.
Ooh, guidance!
I would say all of you can make perception checks if you want, but obviously two of you will be doing them with the animal stats.
That is a 1 and a 2. Oof. With the guidance, that's a hot 5. A hot 5.
I got a non-natural 20 as a warhorse.
Fucking. What do your eyes see, Winnie?
That was bad.
One stamp for yes, 2 for it's full of were-rats.
Come on, clever hands, you know what to do.
I got 21.
21, perfect. And Sai as a tiger?
14.
14. With 14, you can see that there are tracks. Like you can see, like I say, there is this desire path. I'm going to keep saying it. Stop giggling. That has been leading like to and from the village. Like, this is obviously recently worn. Everything else here is overgrown. You see these tracks that sort of come and go from the village. Beyond that, there's nothing that indicates people are living here currently. But with your the horse, sorry, was the horse an unnatural 20 or a natural 20?
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. With you and Twilight, you can both clearly see it is pitch black. It is absolutely pitch black. But you can just about make out smoke, like the last sort of tendrils of smoke coming from a chimney in a large building further into the village, which you would guess to be some sort of like old inn. So clearly there is somebody here.
I'll sort of gesture with my head, like,
What is it, girl? Did Timmy fall down the well?
stamp with the...
And then I'll be
good
like,
counting.
I'll relay the information in whispers.
Right. Okay. Is there any way, like, so if the wagon is going up to the inn, is there a way
You actually can't see the wagon now. Once you've reached, like,
it's just gone?
Because you were following at a distance. By the time like the wagon like disappeared between the buildings and you've got up to the edge of the village, you now cannot see the wagon. There are plenty of buildings here, even like one or two with like a stable attached, but you just currently cannot see the wagon.
Well, that is worrisome. Might I suggest we return to our human and or hybrid forms?
Hubrid
Hubrid forms, if you will. Pray saloon. Celebrate.
I'm aware, hybrid.
Yeah, sure, I'm going to change back.
When he's going to sort of sit down as a horse, like a dog for a second, and just be like... and then just sort of slowly morphs into Winnie sitting like cross-legged.
Morphs into a Willy? No, he's the one being filthy.
No one was making any joke about it until you said it.
I wasn't, only because my mouth was full of water.
Yeah, I heard it and was like, I'll just keep talking. But yeah, then it turns into Winnie just sat cross-legged on the floor.
Right. Did you enjoy your time as a Were-Warhorse?
Yes, thank you very much.
You were very good at it. And she just sort of like, I don't know, I feel like, can Luna like reach into her robe and give her a sugar cube or something as a treat?
Polo.
Yeah.
Yes, you absolutely can.
Yeah, Winnie will just sort of open her mouth and then just like chomp on it and be like, this is
Chomps
the best day ever.
We've been the Circle of the Blue Moon for 10 years.
Winnie's quite new.
Treats. Okay. So we need to find a way to get into this inn and maybe just take a look in the windows. I think it would be good to see who we are perhaps up against. I don't know which members of the Cracked Fang might be inhabiting this place, but I don't imagine any of them are friendly. What say you? Anyone?
Yes.
No?
No, fine, I'll carry on then.
We're following your lead. Yeah, let's go.
Oh, excellent stuff. In which case, again, Luna, with all of the bravado and confidence of someone who absolutely doesn't deserve to have it, is gonna essentially try and like stealth around towards the inn and avoid like into the shadows and any moonlight that's sort of casting anything. Like she's gonna try and dart between them. Like she's seen rogues do, but she herself is not a rogue, so it looks ridiculous as she does this. Sort of very
Naruto running with your wings.
Yeah.
Nani?
Omae mo shindaru. Nani? Just sprinting fully at the end. Sussy backers, the lot of you. So that's what she's going to try and do. May I?
Perfect. Is everyone else planning to stealth, or are we just going to roll a group stealth check? Or
Are we rolling for Sussy Baka? What's happening?
You want to roll for Sussy Backer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try and be quiet.
Cool. Everyone can roll a group stealth check then.
I'll guidance myself.
I will also guidance myself.
I got a
you
nat
know, it's very
one.
bad news. Oh, nat one.
Tell-
Nat
I
20.
got an 8. I got an 8.
20, 21
I-
total.
I
don't think that's
rolled,
impressive.
and they were both the exact same number because I rolled at disadvantage. So I got
Oh, no.
17 minus 1, so 16.
Okay.
Sai, what was yours with
Okay.
modifiers?
4.
4. Wait. Now, you'll be glad to know that creates an average roll of 12. I like, for group checks, I like to take an
Yay.
average. 12 is not great. I'm going to be honest.
It's okay.
Yeah. If
It's
only
because you
for
guys
roll
weren't
against-
Naruto running.
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't Naruto run.
Lean into the anime, gang. Come on.
That got you the natural 20, I believe it.
My lycanthrope form is just a were-otaku. Sorry.
No!
Yeah, but it's just unfortunate that you guys weren't, or you're going up against stuff which have like good senses when it comes to things like smell and things that you guys are sort of trying to
Look.
sneak
It's
into
fine,
the
we've
village.
got the power of God and anime on our side.
That's a top tier meme. That is a top tier meme reference. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Yes, but unfortunately for you, while you were out watching anime and having sex, I was studying the blade. I've got to cut that one out. That was awful. So, you guys can... obviously, I've dropped you guys on the map here for the village. As you guys are trying to sneak, where... Would you just be like trying to like sneak from building to building, or are you going to try and like circumnavigate around?
I think, yeah, like building to building, darting. That's what Luna's going to do. Where is the inn? The building on
inn
the
is
top left.
This one,
Yeah.
Yes, in the far corner.
So yeah, she'll sort of let's say, where's the best? Yeah, instead of going all the way around, she's going to be coming up along the top, sort of up across that sort of broken down foundation, and then through the cracked
So-
walls of the other place, and then sort of trying to peer in from there.
Cool. You, like I say, you on the map you can see we've got like a couple of different buildings with the what would be this like worn tracks through the center of the village, and you say from where you're standing there are a few buildings between you and the inn which you can sort of use to like begin sneaking up towards it. So we'll say I'll move you to roughly where you'll get to when something will happen, and the rest of you can sort of position yourselves where you think you would be in relation to Luna.
I'll go. I think I'll be like right behind. Really zoomed out.
Yeah,
Zoom in.
I'll be like on the other side of the thingy.
Well, I would say
You know
you wouldn't
what?
get any. You wouldn't get any further ahead, so it'd be somewhere around
Okay.
where Luna is, because something is about to happen.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be
With
back.
your group still
I'll
from
be
a 12.
third. I'll be
Cool.
third in the thing.
So you guys sort of like bear in mind, like you have crept a little bit up to this point. This is just when this happens. Like you've been creeping from building to building. Once you get about 2 buildings away from the inn, you hear the door slam open, and you look peering around the edge of this like broken down, dilapidated building. You see stepping out from the inn is a mammoth man. He's easily sort of 6'5", 6'6", and you think initially that he's maybe wearing like thick, heavy furs, but as he like steps out from the lee of this inn and the moonlight strikes him, you realize he is just a lycanthrope in his hybrid form. He is a massive werebear, easily twice as broad as you guys are, and I would probably say the height of 3 or 4 Winifreds.
Yeah.
You see, he drags this great axe along beside him, which as he like stops in the street, he like plants it and like leans on it, and you see he raises his muzzle into the air. Come out, wherever you are. We know you're here, servants of the moon goddess. The 4 of you can all make history checks at the sight of this werebear.
Oh,
Natural 20.
Damn.
Oh.
14.
My dice love me. This one
14
dice
as
is running
well.
real well.
14
8.
Ew.
8. Just Winifred then, as this werebear like turns, he has that great axe, but you also see as he turns around his other arm is a chain that has been wrapped, almost creating like a vambrace on his arm. And you see gripped in his hand, almost dwarfed by the size of his paw, is a bear trap, silvered. You've heard of this person before.
Oh no.
They are almost a legend in and around these parts, and you did not know that they were a member of the Cracked Fang, but you have heard of them. You know that this is a werebear known as Grimold the Betrayed. And with your history check, you guys would just know in general, werebears sort of... I know a lot of people have problems with alignment. I don't mind using it for storytelling. Werebears tend to be a good aligned lycanthrope. Just based on like the history of how their curse is passed. They don't tend to go out and make other lycanthropes unless they have a very good reason to. Werebears tend to be like protectors. They would like look over, like they would watch over different areas, especially areas of like nature that need to be protected. You know the story of Grimold, though. He protected a specific forest when a small village was sort of built nearby, and they started hunting in the forest and logging in the forest. And Grimold, being a werebear, didn't immediately try to run them out. He spoke to them. They came to an accord, and he allowed them to live in harmony with the forest, and he taught them the best way to do so. But over time, things went sour. He continued to live as he always did, but the villagers became suspicious. And then when farm animals would go missing, whether or not it was just to a fox or a wolf, Grimold would be blamed. When things were damaged in a storm, Grimold was blamed. Whenever hunts went poorly and someone was injured, Grimold was blamed. To the point where the villagers essentially worked themselves up into a fervor and decided that the only way that they could prosper is by killing him, and they laid traps for him. The trap he carries is the one that first struck him, and in his anger and in his rage at the betrayal, he killed those who came after him and made it his duty to then drive the rest of the village from the forest. And this was not a quick thing. He did not storm into the village and destroy them. He decided to do his job and protected the forest from them. So anytime they came hunting, anytime they came logging, he would kill whoever entered the forest until they had lost so many that the remaining villagers decided that all they could do was leave. And after that, he realized he could never trust people again, although you never heard what had happened to him. But it looks like he was recruited. As he stands there, he lets go of the bear trap in his hand and it slams onto the ground.
Come out, little mice.
Well, that's it for this episode. Thanks very much for sticking with us. As always, thank you to Lixie B for our wonderful logo, Jeff for all the amazing artwork he creates that you can find on our online store, wonderful sponsors DN Dice and Arcanist Rum, links for both can be found in the description, Michael Gelfie and Monument Studios for allowing us to use their tracks in our scoring, and of course all of our wonderful Patreon supporters who have allowed us to continue creating additional content for the podcast. Your support means the world to us, and we can only hope that with your help we'll continue to make great content. So I just want to give a massive thank you to our wonderful cast for this recording, which was Emily Bates of the RP Geeks, Jess Jewell of Three Black Halflings, and Sophie of Rule Britannia. These guys rocked up with fantastic characters, with a real just drive to engage with the backstory. You may have noticed already from Jess's character, they came at this with a burning desire to mess with Twilight as much as possible, and I absolutely loved it. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to it. We're gonna have a few more episodes of these guys, and then once this one shot is finished, we're gonna be back to the regular cast. But thanks very much for sticking with us, guys, and we'll see you soon. You've been listening to Modified Roll, part of the Podderation Network.
Welcome to the Lavender Dungeon, a new comedy fiction D&D podcast from RGRP Productions. Our first story arc is called The Secrets of the Succubus. The treasure of famed pirate Sydney the Succubus Morley has been lost for centuries, and 4 treasure hunters are on a mission to find it.
Oh, we're close. I can feel it in my motherboard.
You said that 4 hours ago.
Hey, my circuits are never wrong.
By collecting pieces of an ancient map and solving the riddles that lie within, they can unlock the chest that holds a fortune beyond their wildest dreams.
This isn't just treasure we're after, it's power, glory, it's fame.
But we are getting the treasure too, right?
Yes, obviously.
They must journey across the lands and sail the treacherous seas, endure dank dungeons, murky swamps, and thick jungles.
My robot, wait, come back. Pull me out of the mud, I'm stuck.
I told you before we left, you can't adventure in stilettos. And Kitten starts flossing.
Oh my god,
Just help me out.
All while avoiding devious traps and battling monstrous creatures guarding secrets of the lost treasure.
That's a bigger beast than I expected.
My birdie, didn't think it'd be easy, did you?
The crew must be careful who they trust, for they aren't the only ones searching for the succubus chest.
We should be safe now.
This is getting to be ridiculous, right?
Oh no, did you hear that, chat?
Prepare for a journey like no other. Find the map and face what comes. The hunt for treasure begins now.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.